Hi, part two on racism in the construction industry in North America, Canada, and the United States. I'm an expert at this because I worked on it, I was a victim of it, and I had to fight every minute against it. So, on that note, you think that racism has disappeared? You young millennials, you live in La La Land, you live in a world of fantasy, and that thought has to be a sign on your parents that are a bunch of cowards that are scared to articulate that because they are so uncomfortable being who they are as black people. Let me get back to the point again. Do you realize I was on a job in Louisiana, in Donaldsonville, Louisiana, on a project where there was over $3 million in EEOC discrimination claims. That is a staggering amount of numbers. This is in 2015. The reason why, there was, for example, a construction manager from Alabama who clearly stated his dislike having people of color telling him what to do, advising him and that he would never work or take instruction from a person of the visible minority background, whether you're black or Hispanic. So, on that note, then we had the issue with a bunch of Confederate flags being flying in the parking lots just to try to taunt and try to disrespect black people. We had to put a stop to that in the parking lot in Louisiana in 2015. 2015. Now, clean your ears and listen to this very carefully. So yes, a lot of you guys are going to attack me and say, Joe, you're this, you're that. I'm going to tell you something. 2007, 2008 to 2012, up in Canada, I was still encountering the racism, the conspiracy to try to push me out because of my color. I understand that. The white people still have had a lot of difficulties in the construction industry to take any instruction from black people. They do not like to listen to black people, and if anything goes wrong, they'll find a way to conspire to try to get you out of there. This is the way it is. Even subordinate white people that have barely a grade 12 education. I'm a professional engineer, and I understand drawings and I understand how they go together. They'd go into conspiracy to try to demean me, to try to belittle me. I understand that. And, it still goes on. We're less than 5% still in the industry. And when I started in this business in the 70s, there was about 0.5% to 1%. So things have not moved fast enough and not quick enough. So any one of you guys, you think that all of a sudden there was a magic wand that was waved and things went back to the natural way it used to be. You parents are a bunch of cowards and I have absolutely no respect for many black parents. They don't teach their kids good mannerism. They don't teach them about their history, how to be proud and how to be comfortable in their black skin. Shame on you. I know I have the rough edges. I'm trying to get rid of them, and I have, with the help of Pastor E and a lot of my other friends that are helping me to file the rough edges, and that include my buddy Mark Fagan, that includes my other younger, intermediate, in between millennial Kelly Loans. He's a good guy, and all these guys have done. But however, they're learning from me as well. So it's not a one-way street. They're learning the real world and what really is going on. Some of them have lived it, so they understand it. A lot of you young guys haven't got a clue, not one bit. You get offended very quickly when somebody talks about it, thinks that we're old timers, until you find out that when you get an encounter in those situations, you don't even know how to deal with it. So get over it and try to listen and try to read. Quit living in a vacuum.